Okay, ready, here we go. Hey everybody, welcome to Beginner Band, our band live stream. Of course, it is Monday, and it's our beginner band class. Good to see everybody here in the chat already. All of our folks that we see here every time. It's wonderful. And I'd like to know if you are a new visitor to the live stream. If you're new, definitely want to have you check in. Let us know what instrument you play and maybe how long you've been playing. That's always good to know, because today's beginner class, and I try to make beginner class have activities that are mainly aimed at folks who have been playing, who have, let's just say, less experience on their instrument. But of course, if you are someone who has more experience, hopefully you'll still get something out of our beginner class. All right, so let's see. All of our friends are here. Daisy Lopez and Mike Hamilton and Flippy Films and Clara. Hello, Clara. And Zoe plays flute. And let's see, who else do we see here? Gabriel is here. Gabriel was here early in the chat, getting ready to rock. Let's see who else we have. Jody. Jody, you look like a new name here, so welcome. Juliana Young is new, plays tenor sax. Clara, I do remember you. Sophie, I remember Sophie. How are you? Sophie De Silva. Noah, hello. Jacqueline from Philadelphia, good to see you. Jacqueline plays clarinet and flute. Let's see, Eddie. Hi, Eddie, how are you? Gets Fam, you seem like you're new to the show. I don't think I've seen that name here before. So Gets Fam, let us know what you play or what your experience is. And oh, there it is. You said you're new. Cool. And there you said you play French horn. Great. I'm kind of going backwards through the comments and like seeing everything. Maria is here. Maria Luisa plays the flute. Excellent. Preston Sanders, hello. Sarah Najarian. Lewis, I remember Lewis, you're here quite often. And wow, this is great. It's great to see new people. It's great to see familiar faces. So I want to welcome you all here. Our plan for today is we're going to go over one of the new things that I've put out there. It's been a little while since we've done this, but I think it's something we're going to have some fun with today. Let me show you where you're going to go for your music. So whenever we have music on the live stream that you play along with, you go to drselfridgemusic.com, and it's right here. drselfridgemusic.com, and today is live stream beginner band. So you click on that, and we have a warm-up. We'll do a little bit of warming up. I hope you have your instruments ready. We have our beginner band tunes packet, which is always a lot of fun. We'll do that today, and I'll take your requests of what songs you want to play out of this packet. Good times. This is what I want to get back to a little bit today, Articulation Rock, and we had fun with this last time, but some folks were saying the tempo was a little bit quick. So I uploaded a new backing track with a slower tempo we're going to have some fun with. So why don't we go right in to our warm-up. But I also want to, so I want you to click on your instrument for warm-up. I'm going to do tenor sax because one of our new friends today plays tenor sax. So I'm going to play tenor sax to start off with. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to say hi to Dennis. Hi, Dennis.
Hey, Steve.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear you just great. And that's
Good.
I assume you're going out to all the people out there too.
Good.
So,
hello to everyone.
Yes. So, folks, we have Dennis on the line. And what Dennis, of course, we have Terry and Joe in the chat. We also have Dennis in the chat. But Dennis is also on the line with us, and he helps me out if there's a question that maybe is coming through the chat that I've missed or we want to highlight. Dennis will highlight that question, and we'll get to that. Most of us are done school for the year, but if you would like to give your school a shout out, we can do that. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Okay. Let's jump right in, okay? Does everyone have their sheet music ready? Right here, foundation warm-ups. So, we're going to do this together. Got my saxophone ready. Let's go ahead and just take this from the top just to get warmed up, okay? Because whenever you're getting ready to play, even if you're experienced, you got to get your air moving, your sound moving with what we call long tones. So let's go ahead and do this from the top of the page. The T means you tongue, you push your air, and the R stands for release. And that means you're going to let the air stop moving right when you tap your toe on this rest is when you stop your air. So we go ta, 2, 3, 4. Ta, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. Here we go. And tap your toe on my beat. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Or if you're sitting or if you're standing, make sure you're sitting using good posture. Get your embouchure set. And 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. Let's go on to the next line, and we're going to get our tugging practice going. We're going to do, instead of just a long note, we're now doing 4 quarter notes. Ta, 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 and then a half note. Ta, rest, rest. This is 2 beats of rest right here. All right? So the T stands for the T of your tongue. Hitting, if you're playing a woodwind instrument, it's hitting the reed right here. If you're playing a trumpet, it's hitting right behind your teeth. Or if you're playing flute, it's hitting about the same spot, right in there. Okay, so let's try it. Here we go, tonguing practice. And 1, 2, ready, go. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest. Next line. Good. And Eddie was asking, are the warm-ups the same? Yeah, Eddie, these are the same warm-ups we've been doing for weeks and weeks and weeks. So let's do one more warm-up. Let's get a little challenging. If you're again, like I said, this is slightly more challenging. We're going to go to measure 39. It's called Essential Patterns Inverted. Measure 39. Essential Patterns Inverted. Ready? And we're just going to do these moving up and down, these little bits of the scale. So start at measure 39. Tap your toe. Ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest. 1, 2, 3, go. Rest. 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 Okay, that one got a little bit more complicated than the other ones, right? So, and just remember, guys, hopefully you're playing along, which is always great. But meanwhile, you're playing along, think of some questions you might have for me. Band-related questions, instrument-related questions, and put them in the chat. We'll get to as many of them as we can, okay? So, here's what we're going to do next. And I see a couple of requests coming in. GVHS? Is someone here from Garnet Valley High School? If you are, make sure you say hello. Flannel Flex said GVHS is where it's at. That's where I teach. So let's get some. So I had a request to play flute. Here's my flute. I'll do this for the next portion. If you have requests for me to play a particular instrument, I will try to get to it. So let me show you what we're going to do next. Let's go back to Beginner Band page, and let's go to Beginner Band Tunes packet. All right, I'm going to get my flute, and I'm going to take requests. What songs would you like to play out of the Beginner Band Tunes packet? You tell me. Make sure you give me the number, okay? Give me the number of the song and the title. That way it's easier for me to find it. While we're getting requests on our Beginner Band Tunes, Dennis, can we do we have any comments that we want to highlight or shout-outs?
Yeah, we have we have some schools back on the board. JFK Elementary. Shout out to the Spence School.
Great.
Portchester Middle School and Chippewa Middle School.
Great.
There's some new ones.
Hello to those folks. Hello to everyone. Thank you for being here. And I saw some interesting comments coming through, or any questions that we might want to get to.
There's one. No, that was another one. Sophie was telling us about JFK Middle School. I had Mike on an earlier one. I wanted to make sure that I got to it.
One from Mike?
Yeah.
All right, you keep looking.
The thing with his, there it is. Dr. Selfridge, as promised, I started playing alto today. All right, tried the circle of fourths, long tones, and a couple of the scales I managed: B, E, A, D, G, F, G, C, F. But I've forgotten the fingering for the rest.
Okay, so folks, what our good friend Mike Hamilton from Edinburgh is here. He's from Scotland, and he is talking about the circle of fourths. Let me show you what we're talking about here. So, circle of fourths. If you've been here before, you've heard me talk about this. You can also call it, sometimes I just call it the circle of keys, because if you go one direction, it's fourths. If you go the other direction, it's fifths. So Mike was saying he's been practicing a circle of fourths. You said B, E, A, D, G, C. I forget how far he said he got. So Mike, I can maybe help you with some of these fingerings. If you have that video where I talk about all the notes on the alto sax, you can look at that for help with some of these fingerings. So that's great. I also want to give a shout out to Sophie De Silva, who's JFK Elementary School and is going to middle school next year. So that's great. Horse Craver, Arentsville Elementary. I hope I pronounced that right. Let's see. Who else are we going to get here? So hopefully we should have some requests coming in by now. So
yeah, there are a bunch down the bottom. Seven Nation Army. Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Okay, let's go with one of those, Dennis. With Seven Nation Army.
Seven Nation, because Zoe plays flute. Her mom wants Seven Nation.
All right, Seven Nation Army, number 9, everybody. It's number 9 in the packet. Again, if you don't know where we are on. Let me zoom out of this so you can see where we are. We're going to go to live stream beginner band, and we want to go to Beginner Band Tunes packet. That's where you want to be, okay? Seven Nation Army. So we're going to count this tempo about here. 1, 2, 3, and we play ta 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 ta. It's 1 and triple it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's Seven Nation Army. Now, the next song I have is something called Seven Nation Transposed. This is a great little challenge because it's the same song, but it's moved into what we call a different key. It's transposed. So it's going to sound like Seven Nation Army, but it's going to start on a different note. Let's try it. It's number 10. Everyone play along with me on number 10, and then Dennis will give us our next request. All right, number 10. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Great. Okay, another request, Dennis?
Yep, Mary Had a Little Lamb, number 13.
Number 13. Okay, we have Mary Had a Little Lamb as a request. So let's go to that. Number 13. Do you guys, if you want me to switch instruments, guys, you let me know too. I'll try to change it up. All right, Mary Had a Little Lamb, number 13. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's a good one. Okay, let's do another song. I'm going to switch up. You know what? Just to be something fun and different, I'm going to get my bass clarinet out, which I get some requests from time to time. And what's another song we might want to play here, Dan?
Number 2.
Oh, is that Shark Attack? Or what is that? Is that
You're not, no.
Number
They're
2.
coming up with numbers now.
Okay.
And number 28.
Okay. Doesn't that sound cool? Okay, so number 2 is good old Hot Cross Buns. So I'm going to switch over to my clarinet packet. So if you're playing bass clarinet, you would play the clarinet packet. Okay, we're going to zoom in for those of you. So, so if you play trumpet or clarinet, you can read this music. Tenor sax can read this music too, but it's better if it's up an octave for you. Here we go, Hot Cross Buns. And tap your toe. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I forgot to turn my little mini camera on. Okay. Oh, and Horst Kramer asked if I could play clarinet, so I sort of am. I am playing clarinet. It's just a bass clarinet. Okay. Some more songs here.
Number 28.
Oh, 28. Good. 28. What is 28? Oh, that's a good request. I mean, this is a very nice song, and it's a song that we haven't really played much on these live streams. Very pretty song. Okay, I'm going to stay on bass clarinet for this. It's called Long, Long Ago. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent choice. Okay, I'm going to switch over by request. I think it was Horst Kramer, is to clarinet. But you know what we're going to do? Let's answer a couple of questions. Let's see here. On I'll start with someone had a request about a question about circular breathing.
Yes.
Remember
that was, yeah, I do. AJ, I think it's ACJ.
Okay. Was it AJ or someone had a question about
AGJ? I know was one of them.
Okay. So a question about circular. Go ahead.
The Macau, Makoh. How to learn circular breathing on alto saxophone.
Oh, Mako, Makoh, or yeah, Mako,
yes.
Mako or Mako. Circular breathing. Now it's the same on any instrument, so I'm going to use the clarinet. The concept is the same. So some of you guys who have been watching me could probably give this little tutorial on circular breathing because I've done it a number of times, but I'll do the quick version. So circular breathing is when you fill your lungs with air. You fill your cheeks with air. And you use the air that's in your cheeks to sustain the sound that's already being played. Meanwhile, you refill your lungs by breathing in through your nose. So it's a little bit of a tricky coordination thing. So what you're going to do is everyone fill your cheeks with air. Ready? Fill your cheeks with air like this. Now, with your cheeks full of air, practice breathing in and out through your nose like this. Okay? Then, this is where it gets tricky. Keep your cheeks full of air. And use your cheeks to puff the air onto your hand. Don't actually use your lungs. Fill your cheeks with air and puff the air onto your hand with your cheek muscles. Now, can you do that and breathe in through your nose at the same time? Watch. That's where it gets really tricky. And then you put your instrument onto it. Oh, so could you hear me breathing? And the tricky part is keeping the air moving and the sound moving while you circular breathe, while you do that transition. So there we go. Okay. Clara Grace has requested Fight Song on the flute. We can get to that. Horse Craver has requested Eye of the Tiger. That's a fun one. All right, let's go to Eye of the Tiger. And that will be number 16. So, Eye of the Tiger. We have this top line. And then in the bottom line, it's the notes of the top line are still there, but the upper note is like a harmony. So if you're playing with a friend, you can do both parts. It's kind of cool. You split it up. All right, let's play Eye of the Tiger. And when we get to the second line, you can choose whichever note you would like to play. Here we go. So it's bump, 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 2, 3, 4, bump, and it's the next line. Here we go. Everyone together, number 16. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Eye of the Tiger. All right. That's a fun one. Let's see. Let's do a... So we have a comment from AGJ who says, I just subscribed. I cannot read notes. So, welcome, AGJ. Thank you for what's that called? Subscribing. If you can't read notes, it's a good idea to start trying. Well, AGJ, tell me what instrument you play. That will help. But if you can't read notes, you start with our easy songs like song number 1, Shark Attack, and start learning what this is an E, that's an F. And I have lots of ways of helping you. I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah, you can see. I have lots of little tricks for helping you remember your notes. And we can talk about that as we go through these live streams. So stay with our live streams and participate, and we'll help you learn. Okay. Sarah, what can you do to help make a slur? Okay. Oh, Harry Potter fan is saying, All right, I'm going to get to Sarah's question, but Harry Potter fan said circular breathing, I can get the sound on my flute. So Harry Potter, circular breathing doesn't really work on the flute. I didn't mention that. I mean, maybe someone can do it. It's really hard because you have to figure out a way to do that. It's really tricky. And by the way, I should say this also about circular breathing. Especially for beginners, circular breathing is something fun to like know about, but it's not a technique that beginners need to worry about at all. It's actually a rather advanced technique that you only use if you're getting to like a super advanced level. So don't sort of get hung up or stuck on circular breathing because it's not important at all actually for a beginner. So don't get stuck on circular breathing and let that, because the most important thing as a beginner is you get your embouchure the correct way. Okay? Here's my public service announcement on circular breathing. Okay. Harry Potter fan, thank you for answering Sarah's question. To play a slur, what you do is you simply, so if anyone's having trouble with slurring, do you guys know what a slur is in music? It's when, say I'm playing A, F, G. That's hot cross buns, but on different notes, right? So normally, on every note in band, we start with the T sound. Ta, ta, ta. Oh, man. My high note. Two, two, two. So what we do on slurring is we play just the first note for a long time like this. And then instead of tonguing each note, your fingers simply move in rhythm like this. But as far as my lips and my tongue know, it's just playing. So slurring is when you do a series of notes only tonguing the first one, and then you move your fingers into the rest of them. All right. Eddie, Lewis Blakely says, thank you. I thought it was horrible at my instrument. So Lewis, I don't know if you were talking about circular breathing or not, but hopefully that helped. Eddie wants to do number 19. What is number 19? Anyone want me to play a different instrument? Let's see. 19.
Clarinet.
Clarinet. Okay. I did play clarinet though a second ago. Maybe I'll play. Yeah. Maybe I'll play some trumpet. Here we go. So when we play trumpet, we get our mouthpiece. We buzz. There we go. Okay, and somehow I lost my Zoom meeting with Dennis restarted. So we'll work to get Dennis back in.
I'm here.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
That was weird. Why did it like restart? Anyway, good, you're here. So, and Ace Pez, just in time, requested that I play trumpet, and I did. Yeah, So I'm getting some lag. So guys, sorry about that. I don't know why. I'm working. You know what? Maybe that's why, my Zoom meeting just kind of freaked out for a second there. So don't know what to tell you. Maybe my local internet is not going so hot. So why don't we do Twinkle Twinkle again since we had some problems there? Here we go. Yes, Ace, you got it. Twinkle Twinkle once more. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That was for everybody for Ace Pez. All right. Sorry it froze there for a second, guys. Mike has requested number 30 on Alto Sax. So let's switch it up. And while I'm switching over, let's bring Dennis in. Is there a question I could get to?
Yeah, Jacqueline Guy. I'm self-taught on the flute. I played by ear. After 48 years, I'm trying to learn the fingering for the notes so that I can play along. She can read music.
Oh, well, that's good. So learning notes, it's like learning a new language. Start simple with a couple of notes and really work on those, and then start to gradually expand out your vocabulary. But that's great. I'm glad that you're with us, Jacqueline. Okay, beginner band tunes, alto sax, requested by Mike. Number 30. Is that Saints? What is that? What's 30? Yes, I guessed. When the Saints Go Marching In. Here we go. So let's go kind of a medium. We're going to go like a medium fast speed. Because usually when people play this, they play it in like a double time. Like. Right? That's like a cut time feeling. We're going to do it back at 4/4. Like ta 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 ta. Let's try that. Ready? 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Sorry about that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Go. Now I want to hit a question here, and then we're going to go to our, I almost forgot, I want to go to our new song, Articulation Rock. So, Lewis Blakely asked, I've been playing flute for a few months. I've been told I'm very good. Thinking about auditioning for youth orchestra. Should I? Absolutely. I totally recommend that. Lewis, do you play a different instrument, or do you play like in addition, or did you add flute, or is flute your only instrument? But I would absolutely recommend playing your flute or clarinet or trumpet or trombone. The opportunity to play in an orchestra as opposed to a band is a really cool opportunity that I really recommend for everybody. It's just a different experience. So here's what I want you guys to do. Go back to beginner band page. Articulation Rock. All right. This is a fun little activity that allows us to practice different types of articulations that we have in music. I'm going to stay with my alto sax. You guys click on your instrument, okay? So let's play through this together. The first one, this is what we call variations, meaning every time we do it, it's the same melody, slightly. Actually, exactly. And the only variation, meaning slight change, is that we've changed our articulations, the way we're going to tongue the notes and use our air. So let's just start with number 1, variation 1. And all variation 1 is simply the melody with this thing here. That's an accent. That means you still tongue the note as normal, but you give it a little bit extra oomph with your air. So if there was no accent, it would sound like this. They all sound the same. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. What we do for an accent, put a little extra push of air on the last note. So, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Basically, it should be a little bit louder, right? With the accent note should be a little louder. So, let's try that. Can you play that just like I did? The first measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Then we have just slight changes in the rhythm. Here, play this one for me. Play this rhythm. I'll go first. Measure 3. Try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Then it continues on in a similar fashion. So let's start here at the beginning and let's try from here, beginning, all the way to the end of the second line. Ready? Articulation Rock, variation 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. There we go. That's variation 1. Now we have something called staccato. Staccato. Hopefully you all have your instruments out and you're playing along. Staccato means, I like to describe it as, say you've, I don't know, say you have really, something really hot on your plate. What's something hot you might eat? But you want to test it to see if it's too hot to eat. Dennis, what would... What's
veal parmesan?
A veal parmesan. Okay. You got a veal parmesan on your fork, a little, right. So how would you, imagine how you would touch that veal parmesan with your tongue to make sure it's not way too hot. You would just barely, like that. So that's how you play staccato notes. So instead of, you play, the rhythm hasn't changed. The rhythm hasn't changed. It's the way you touch the note extremely briefly. Let's try it. Let's try it starting at 13. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, we had some good suggestions in the chat. Daisy says soup. It could be soup that you're trying to make sure it's not too hot. Good. And Lewis Blakely says that he also plays alto sax and bassoon. Wow, that's great. Yeah, Lewis, I really recommend you try that flute and orchestra. All right, let's do variation 3, and then we're going to play this song. Variation 3 is slurs. We talked about slurs a little earlier. Okay. I'm just laughing at Harry Potter's comment about Dennis. They think you're a genius that you thought of veal parmesan was the first thing you thought of. I have you turned down. Sorry, Dennis. I have you turned down. But did you see that comment?
Yeah, I did.
All right. So slurs. What we do is tongue this, but you don't tongue the second note of the eighth note. Ta 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 ta. See that? Ta 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 ta. So let's try variation 3 with our slurs, and then we're going to do the whole thing. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good job. Now we're going to play that with our backing track. I want to say, Uncle Joe made me laugh there. This is the only way veal parmesan and staccato can be used in the same sentence. All right, Horse Craver, let's do, I don't know how long you can stay, but we're going to do this Articulation Rock with the track. Then we'll play another one, Bites the Dust, okay? Here we go. Everyone, play along on Articulation Rock. Our backing track is at drselfridgemusic.com. We're going to do, by popular request, I added a slower track because some people thought the first track was a little bit too fast. So I have a full speed track, and then if you click the next button, we get to 100 BPM. So here we go. 100 BPM, let's do all 3 of these variations. And then I might do some jazz improvisation at the end. Here we go. It's a cool thing about this song. You can do jazz improv. Play along, starting at the beginning. 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Put the accent on that last beat. Staccato, everybody. Veal Parmesan. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Here come our slurs. Here we go. Ready? Next page we have, there's more of that, but see these notes on your second page? It says notes for improvisation. We can do some jazz improv. I know this isn't our Friday jazz class, but you can use this track and do some improv. I'll show you what I mean. Here's some improv. Oh, there's the scale. All right, now solo. Okay, so that gives you a little jazz improv opportunity. All right, let's move on to something else, okay? We had a request to do... what did I promise I'd do? Horse-craver.
Another One Bites the Dust.
Another One Bites the Dust. Thank you. On flute, I think was the request. So let's go to Another One Bites the Dust on flute. That's the saxophone music. While I'm doing this, Dennis, is there anything we want to bring out of the chat?
Yeah. Well, Claire Grace wants you to play Fight Song.
Right.
On flute.
Okay. So we actually had two requests of most request. We had that and Harry Potter. I'll do both of those.
Yeah.
But let's do, so any other questions or anything?
Yeah. Eddie Canuthia.
Uh-huh.
I'm having trouble playing higher notes in flute. And do you have any tips to get a higher note in flute?
Yep. All right. And I bet, let me find Another One Bites the Dust. Here it is. I bet some of you out there have heard me answer this a few times, and you could probably give a tip. So the high notes on flute are played by making the aperture, the hole in your lips, smaller. So a lower note, the hole in your lips is a little bigger. You make the air hole aperture a little smaller, and you push your lips out a little bit towards the music stand. And it goes to a high note. Watch. Okay, so it takes some practice. Okay. All right, so let's get to our requests. Another One Bites the Dust. Was Another One Bites the Dust on flute or clarinet? Huh. I don't know.
I don't know that one.
All right. Oh. Horse-craver. Yep, thank you. Someone corrected me. Yep. Yeah, thank you, Lewis. Lewis and Horse. Yeah, Another One Bites the Dust on clarinet. Here we go. Ready? Number 11. Another One Bites the Dust. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. There we go. That was for Horse-craver. Thank you for waiting for that. I'm sorry if we held you up there. Let's do some of our requests that we've gotten on flute. And then we're going to wrap up. I'm going to tell you guys about an update I have about my live streams. So to do this, guys, we're going to be using our most requested tunes. Most requested tunes are in advanced band towards the bottom. Here we go. Most requested band tunes. Flute. Let's do Fight Song first. Dennis, do you happen to remember who this was? This for Clara?
Yeah.
All right. Fight Song. Play along if you would like to, if you found it. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, go. There you go. That's a Fight Song request. And we also had the request for Harry Potter. And Harry Potter fan was amazed that it was not requested by a Harry Potter fan, but by another person. I can't quite remember who it was. But here we go. Hedwig's Theme, otherwise known as the Harry Potter, probably most popular melody from Harry Potter. This one's a little bit tricky. All right. We're going about 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Bum bum ba bum 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 bum. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A question from Mike Hamilton while I'm getting our new schedule out here for you guys. How do you make playing quieter on the saxophone? How do you play quieter on the saxophone? So playing softer, in general, it's just you don't put as much air through the saxophone. You feel like, to play quieter, you feel like you're holding your breath back a little bit. So that's forte. But if I hold back, it's like I'm holding my breath a little bit. Now it's harder for someone who's not as experienced. Some people will do the trick of they'll put like something soft in the bell, like a balled up pair of socks or something. That helps a little bit, but not really much. Actually, if you, it'll look really silly, but if you're really worried about like your neighbors, being annoyed, you said that before. If you took like a blanket and wrapped it around your saxophone and had your hand and had like this coming out, that would make it quieter. It would look silly and it would probably be kind of awkward to play, but that would do it. Okay, or like a pillowcase or something. Okay, so guys, here we go. We're getting ready to wrap up. Now, as we get into the summer, a lot of us have our schedules are changing in the summer. School's over, and here on our live streams, what I'm planning on doing this summer, everybody, is getting more time spent on creating new tutorials, videos. And you might have noticed I've been doing a ton of live streams, but I haven't really put up any tutorial videos, I think, in the last like 2 months because I've been so busy between school and live streams. So we're going to change up our schedule a little bit, and I'm going to be spending more of my time creating tutorials for you all. Here is the schedule. We're going to go to 2 live streams a week, okay? And it's going to be On Tuesdays is going to be our band class, which is what today is. So band class is going to be kind of like a combo of some beginner stuff and some advanced stuff. And at every band class, you guys can, as always, you can ask me questions in the chat. You can make requests. I'll play as many requests as I can. And then on Thursdays, here, we're going to do our jazz improv class. And because that's another class that I think we've really been having a lot of fun with. So Tuesdays will be band class, everything having to do with playing your band instruments, downloading sheet music. You can play along tracks, asking me questions. And then Thursdays is going to be jazz improv class. Okay, and that will be just like the jazz classes we have been doing. This will start next week. So this week we're going to continue with, we'll have Wednesday advanced band, we'll have Friday jazz, and then we're going to start with that class, that schedule next week. Okay, so Dennis, we're going to get ready to wrap up. Was there anything, any shout outs or any questions you think I didn't quite get to?
Yeah, there was one, two actually. One, Jacqueline Guy, I'm having trouble playing low notes on flute.
So low notes on the flute are kind of like the opposite of what I said for high notes. Remember when I said for high notes, you're going to make the aperture is the size of the little opening you have on your lips. If you make it smaller, like a camera lens focusing, it's going to focus your air and make your air higher, your note higher. If you open the aperture, make it a little wider, like imagine it's like more of an oval, like it's the shape of a grain of rice, you're going to get better at your lower notes. You also want to switch your, that's correct, Daisy. We're not going to have anything on Sundays. You're going to also imagine like you're using warm air, like you're fogging a mirror. You're putting fog on a mirror. That kind of warm air is going to help you get your lower notes. Okay? All right. So, yeah, Mike, we're going to make the, yeah, sorry, guys. We might do an occasional Ask Me Anything, but it won't be every Sunday, okay? But you can feel free to ask me any questions you have during our band class or my jazz class, okay? But as sad as you might be that we're not going to have as many live streams, I am going to be using that time to make more tutorials for you guys. So that is kind of a little bit of good news, bad news kind of thing, okay? So let's see. We had some great participation, great questions from you guys today. I'm just going to do some final shout outs and maybe a couple questions here. Harry Potter fan, good job on the low notes, warm air, high notes, cold air. A lot of teachers use that helpful tip. Cool videos. I learned and perfected the E-flat scale. What should I work on next? Go to A-flat major. That would be the next on the circle of fourths. Mike Hamilton, still 8 p.m. for you. Same time. Same time, you guys. It's if you take a look here, it's a little bit small, but you can see it here. The time is the same. 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, 12 Pacific, 8 p.m. Edinburgh time. Okay. Let's see. Good questions, everybody. Ace Pez, does it matter if I use light or regular valve oil? I didn't know there was such a thing as light valve oil. I would just use standard valve oil that, you know, I don't have any sitting around. Regular old valve oil. I didn't know there was light valve oil. Shout out to Orchard Park Middle School. Emmanuel wants tequila on alto sax. You know, I should add that to my most requested songs. I'm going to play like 2 seconds of it, okay? I'm going to add that to our most requested songs, okay? Flippy Films wants to do that too. Maybe I'll put that in one of our packets. So, Cyril, if you don't have a mute for trumpet, you can, I don't really know what you could use for a trumpet. You could put like a cloth over top of your trumpet. That would help it. All right, guys. Edinburgh. I thought that's what I said. Oh, did I not did I have to roll my R? Is that what it is? Edinburgh. Okay. All right, good. Thank you guys so much. We will see you Wednesday for advanced band, and we'll see you Friday for jazz. Dennis, thank you very much as always.
Yes, thank you too. Great day.
All right, it was a great class as always. Guys, have fun, enjoy. Hopefully you have nice weather there like we do here. And I will see you on Wednesday advanced band. Bye-bye for now.